All right, we're ready to continue on with Texas A&M. We're going to go straight to questions for the two student athletes. If you will raise your hand, we'll get a remote mic to you, and then we'll finish up with Coach. And remember, when you ask your question, please identify yourself and the outlet you represent. So let's begin questions for either of the student athletes. Okay, let's start on the front row.
Olin Buchanan, Texags. Manny, how are y'all able to consistently drive inside and score on, Kentucky with all that length they had inside?
Yeah, we work on it every day, and we've been doing that for the past 27 weeks, and it's starting to come to life. And we have dogs on our team that are willing to work every day and make sure that comes to life. So that's what we did tonight.
Other questions for either? Raise your hand. Okay, on the left in the far back.
Aaron Gershon, 247. For both of you guys, expanding off that, you guys, I think it was 14 layups. Did you guys see something on film from Kentucky that you knew you were going to be able to exploit them in the paint there?
Anderson, would you go first?
I would say that we were just trying to follow the plan that we just had, and trying to trust my teammate. And I would just give credit to Boots and Mo and Wade that we just knew what we was doing.
Yeah, I'll just piggyback off of what Andy said. The bigs have been doing really good for us, and they don't really get enough credit for how good sealers they are. And Boots and Wade, elite players, and the way they're able to finish at the rim is high level. So credit to them.
Raise your hand. Other questions? Okay, let's go to the left side, front row, right here.
Travis Brown with the Eagle. Andy, it was a pretty loud environment. Is that something that kind of fed y'all a little bit? Helped y'all produce a little bit of your own energy when you had kind of a hostile crowd like that?
I would say we don't really worry about the crowd. We just have a group. We call it Team Bus One, and we just trying to stay connected and stay together. And no matter if we play at home, if we play in a row, we just trying to hear. We say we have a microphone, and we're just gonna hear whatever our coach say. So we don't really worry about who we play against. I will get credit to any team that we play against, but we just listen to our coach.
Other questions? Any others? All right, we'll excuse you fellas. You can return to the locker room. Thank you. You can exit to your right. All right, we'll continue on. Questions for Coach Williams? Please raise your hand. Let's start right on the front row in the center.
Travis Brown with the Eagle. Coach, how do you feel what is it about Wade that he seems to, in these, especially late in the season, kind of rise to the occasion and kind of pull some energy from the situation, it seems like?
Yeah, he just has an elite level IQ off the floor, but he has just as high of an IQ as a player. And he understands time, score, and momentum arguably as well as anybody I've ever been around. He obviously has the ability to score, but he kind of has a vibe for, should I score? Should I shoot? Is now the right time for Texas A&M to shoot? And I think that's how he was raised, had a lot of good coaches. And I think that it's hard to say it in words. I think that is an innate gift. And arguably, as talented as he is offensively, that may be his best gift. I know he can score, but he can really control the game, particularly with somebody that has the ball, getting the ball on time, on target to the right person at the right time. And that's not in a stat sheet, but obviously it's very important to our group.
Other questions? All right, let's go over here to the right front, and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah, Olin Buchanan, Texas. But y'all have had some big wins this year, but have y'all ever played a better game than that one this season, in your opinion?
I don't know. Obviously I'm exhausted after 2 games in 2 days, and incredibly thankful that we have a chance to play again tomorrow. Grateful for the synergy and the connectedness of our guys, not just the 5 games in March, But I think the 5-game losing streak in February, for them to stay connected, speaks to who they are. And we're thankful for the result for sure, and excited, and it's fun, and all of the things that I'm supposed to say. But I also think that it's scarring our heart in a good way to overcome a lot of what's transpired. When you lose 5 in a row, a lot of things are revealed. And to be able to flip that to 5 wins in a row, it doesn't take away the wins, but you're probably in a different place in regards to the maturity of what we saw transpire during the 5-game losing streak. So I hope that we can continue to handle the 5-game winning streak in the right way.
All right, question on the left side front. No.
Yeah, Travis Brown with the Eagle. Coach, I know a lot of times, and you've said it yourself through the season, sometimes the way that y'all play isn't necessarily pretty, but it kind of gets the job done. Is it built for this time of year when you have shortened games, fewer possessions, kind of like that?
Well, we can't play the way Kentucky plays. Coach is a Hall of Fame coach and still coaching, and probably has another decade left. Kentucky is arguably the best job at any level in college basketball, and it's arguable that they have the most talented roster. And so for us to try to play the way they play, we have zero probability of winning. But in truth, and you know this because you've watched so many games, if we're just trying to base it on talent and let's just play how the opponent plays, we have a very low chance of success. And so in different ways, whatever that may be, our coaches have done a good job of identifying how can we bend it our way. And as you said, it's never aesthetically pleasing to the public, but it's very identifiable to us. And I think that the words of our staff and the words of our players, not that you can hear it, but they know when the intangible things are present. And we probably spend less time on the tactical stuff and more time on the things that we know are vital for us to even have a chance.
This question on the second row, left side.
Hey, Buzz, David Cobb, CBS Sports. How, if at all, did what y'all went through as a program after the SEC tournament 2 years ago galvanize you guys as a program? And are there any lessons for the vets who were a part of that team to apply over these next few days as y'all, try to continue making your case to the committee?
Yeah, I think what I would say on that is we just don't pay attention to any of it. That's not to be condescending to you. In that same year, we started 4-0 in conference play, and then we lost 8 games in a row, and 6 of those games were decided by 2 possessions or less. And the 4 kids, the 4 young men on our team that were a part of that have also been a part of 72 wins now since they've been here. And so the 8-game losing streak in that particular season, the 5-game losing streak here, I've got to do a better job coaching. Good coaches don't lose that many games in a row. But I do think that there's been some wisdom 22 months later in the approach of how we handled the 5-game losing streak and what has transpired since then. And so there hasn't been much talk within our group on, well, they say this, and if we do this, and if we do that. Because in truth, whatever it is, we have to do more, right? If you go 9-9 in the SEC, for Texas A&M, that's not good enough, right? And if you play 13 quad 1 and quad 2 games, that's not enough if you're at Texas A&M. There's always going to be something that you have to do more. And so we're bankrupt from all of the things that we can't control, and we try to give all of our emotion and energy to the things that we can.
Question in the front row.
Buzz, John Calipari, before you came in, said that Texas A&M has done enough to be in the NCAA tournament, and if you shoot like you shot tonight, you'll win some games. And I just wonder if you have any reaction to what Coach Calipari said.
No, sir.
Question far back on the right. Vince, far back on the right.
Thank you. David Sisk, Rivals. I know this is an unusual question. but
Where did
I
you
noticed
say you're from, sir?
Well, David Sisk with Rivals, I'm sorry. I noticed that your shirt is an unusual question, but I saw the blessing on it.
Yeah, it's good. You
It
wanna
stuck
read it?
out, and I just wanted to know because I know you're always giving your team messages, and I just wonder what
Yeah,
it
we
said
do.
and what it
Thanks for
meant.
asking.
Thank you.
It's the only time I wear a quote shirt. I turn them into a quilt. This is our 10th year in a row doing it. 12 quote shirts a year. This was year 5, quote shirt number 10. Can you see it from there? It's awesome, isn't it? We gave it to them on the Friday, the first Friday of the year. We played at Ohio State. The presence of the blessing. We're very grateful. We're very thankful. But that's not the absence of the pressure, right? Hey, you have to beat Ole Miss. And then when you beat Ole Miss, you're still not in. Hey, you have to beat Kentucky. And then the next question is, do you think that you're in? It's not the absence of the pressure. The presence of the blessing is not the absence of pressure, nor the requirement of production. What's the response? Hey, we're grateful, we're thankful, we have joy. What do we have to do? We have to wake up and do more work. And each day with our work, can we get a little bit better? Thanks for asking.
Question on the left side.
Therese Walker, the Associated Press. I know that you're in the moment and just finished a game, but this tournament next year, you talked about you don't have any room for margin for error there at A&M, and 2 more teams are coming in. There's going to be 2 more games in this tournament next year.
Something?
How have you had any time to think about how much tougher this conference and this event is about to become?
No, ma'am, but thanks for reminding me, because I think it's incredibly tough right now. I think in my 5 years, we didn't, in the pandemic year, we didn't play a game in February, so the numbers are a little out of sorts. So I think in year 2, we only played 10 games. So with each passing year, almost within each passing week, I think the margin within the league has almost become invisible. And I think that's, last year we were 15-3 and finished second. But yet this year, if you were 15-3, you would have won the league, right? This year we were 9-9, and we happened to finish alone in 7th place. But if you looked at just the 5 seasons that I've been here, that's what I can speak to. You can see how is the bottom progressing, is the middle progressing. I don't know, but it's. Our quad 3 losses, other than Memphis, and they lost a really good player to injury, but our quad 3 losses are within our league at the buzzer by 1. And that's within our league. And I know every coach says that their league is the best. I don't want to necessarily say that, but I think with each passing year, there's evidence and data that suggests this league is continuing to become more and more difficult. Can't you tell how I've aged in the 5 years, or you didn't know me then?
We got time for one more question. Anyone? All right, thank you.
Thank you.